Yo, TikTok, what's going on with you? I was watching one video on here and it was talking about how the land supposedly belongs to BLM, Bureau of Land Management, not the Black Lives Matters. Anyways, Bureau of Land Management claims that they own all this land out west, or even in Texas in some places. Yeah, Bureau of Land Management doesn't own anything because the government can't actually own anything under law, constitutional law. See, that's funny. It's public land. It is actually all public land. It means that the public owns it. If the government says they own it, it belongs to the people, not the government. That's like when you walk into a police department or a courthouse. As long as you're not in the courtroom, you can record in public accessible areas. Well, guess what? If that's public land, that's public accessible areas. Imagine that. So, Bureau of Land Management will sit there and write all these laws, supposable laws or rules or whatever, of how you're supposed to use that land. They'll say blah 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 blah. Congress is the only people that can write or pass a law. Do your research in the Constitution, the supreme law of the land, and you'll figure out that no agency can write a law or a rule, ATF included, and all these whatever. If they say, oh, well, we made a rule, the rule doesn't mean nothing. Okay, whatever. So you made a rule. So, it's not a law. Ordinances. Your city, your town, your county, your whatever, ordinances are not law. Mandates are not law. So all that land that you're walking around on, they say, oh, you can't pick up this arrowhead because it's on public land and you gotta leave it. But yet they'll come back later and they'll confiscate everything on that land and they'll claim, oh, it belongs to the government now. No, it belongs to the people. It doesn't belong to the government. There was an old rifle, lever action rifle, that was sitting out and weathered for like 130 some years, leaning up against a bush that was found on public land. It's sitting in a museum now, which I think that's where it should be. So people can go look at it and say, cool. You know, they claim that belongs to the government now. No, that belongs to the people. That was on public land, people's land. See, we have agencies out there that claim that they are the ultimate authority. And I'm telling you, they actually are not the authority. It's we, the people, that are the authority. So, we, the people of the United States of America, are their boss. See, even Donald Trump works for us. He does what we want him to do, what we voted him into doing, and what we hired him to doing. And all the Border Patrol, ICE, and all them are doing exactly what we want them to do. Enforce the laws, actual laws, not rules, not ordinances, not mandates. We want actual laws. We don't want them to violate constitutional rights and freedom because they're butthurt. We want them to exercise their authority to arrest those people that have violated law or violated somebody or hurt somebody. Yeah, imagine that. So when you're out walking on public land, yeah, you gotta respect the land. You can't just go out there and just trash it and like Burning Man, they go out there and trash it and do drugs. Well, there you go. You want to enforce the drug laws? There you go. Government, go enforce the drug laws. I bet you'll find plenty of drugs out there. You know, it's funny. All these liberals will sit there and say, oh, but we want this, and this, socialism and all this other stuff. Well, with socialism and all this other stuff that they're demanding, that means that all that land that is supposedly public land, you can't touch it. You can't even go out there and go camping. You can't do nothing on it because the government has mandated that you can't touch it. And the government says, nope, you got to stay in your area code. You can't travel. You can't do anything unless we give you permission with a little piece of paper that says, hey, here you go. You can carry your guns, or your pew-pews, sorry. You can do this, you can do that with paperwork. See, as far as I can read in the Constitution, I've never seen anything in the Constitutional Bill of Rights or any of the documents by the Founding Fathers where it says I have to have paperwork to exercise my freedoms. Wow, imagine that. See, taxation without representation is theft. Well, same thing goes with land. If they're going in and confiscating land for no reason, eminent domain, public land, claiming it's public land, whatever, blah, 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 well, that's theft of the land from the people. There's an area in the Grand Canyon where you're supposedly not able to go because it's illegal. The government has deemed it illegal. What are they hiding? Why is it that this group that is armed to the teeth is running around the horses or managing the land that they say they're managing the land, when in actuality they ain't managing much of nothing. You know, I may be missing something, but they're running around hunting out without a permit. They're hunting without a license because they're the government. Yeah, but we have to have a license and a permit to go out deer hunting or hog hunting or doing whatever. But yet they can do it because they're the land management organization. Right, and other groups like that can go out and just an animal without a permit. But yet if we do it, we the people do it, we're going to go to jail. We're going to be fined. We're going to lose our cars, our pew-pews, and everything else. We're going to lose our lives in some cases because we did what they're doing. See, there's another group I want to talk about too. CIA, Crimes Against Humanity. Yeah, they are about the biggest criminal organization that we've got. They have committed more crimes than any other organization against the American people, against the people of the world. But yet they're still up and running. That's like all these other ATF and all these others that have committed crimes against the people in their idea of their laws and their rules. How many of the FBI have actually went out and participated in Ruby Ridge, Waco, and Lavoie, the ranch out there where they were standing up, and Lavoie ended up being by the FBI? Yeah. When are we going to see accountability for those people that actually committed all these crimes against the American people? Or they're falsely claiming that the land is unusable because it belongs to the government. Now, I agree if it's a military base, you shouldn't go on that. But if it's deemed public land, then isn't that open for use by the public? So this group that has the same initials as a domestic terrorist group, that is a racist domestic terrorist group, is telling me I can't go out and try to clean up the desert if I wanted to go pick up all those cans and stuff left behind, or I wanted to go out and enjoy it and camp on it, or do whatever. Yeah. Remember, it's we the people, not we the government. Have a good day.